Well, hello, and welcome back, y'all. It is time for another Pinterest build. I love doing these Pinterest builds. They're so much fun. They're like out of my norm and gets me to think outside the box, as I've always said. And I love it. It's kind of a small build. I'm not feeling my best today, but I wanted to make sure that I got a video out for you. So bear with me, have fun, and just get to it, shall we, y'all? So I did pick a 40 by 30 lot because I wasn't sure exactly how big this build was going to end up being, and I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of room. So I'm thinking I'm going to start right about here, and yeah, I'm playing around with angled walls. Probably not the best idea. Probably gonna end up having to adjust and readjust here and there. I want to make sure it all fits. Y'all know how Sims building is when you're trying to recreate reality. It's not always going to work. So you're gonna have to adjust as you go along. And I'm hoping that I can do it. I mean, that kind of looks like it so far. So far. So anywho, let me put this on a speed build for you and see what I can do to make this work. See if I can get this floor plan done right. Okay, this is a lot more difficult than I expected it to be. So we are going to use this image as an idea. We're going to say this is where I got my idea from, and this is what I decided to do. It is not going to be identical or even really close to identical for what the build itself is, because this is hard. This is really, really hard. I cannot get these dimensions right. I think I'm fine with these bedrooms and all of this here, but once I get into the kitchen, I don't know if you noticed, it's like the refrigerator needs to go here behind the fireplace wall, and then I have like a little area here, and then the kitchen comes here. But if I do that, it's going to make it like this small, and then I get over here to the bedroom and it's going to be teeny tiny. And then to match this all up, I have to bring this down. It's just not going to work. So I'm just going to go from here and use my creative liberties. That is what we're going with. I got the sides of the house. I got all that taken care of. That isn't going to be an issue. So what I'd like, oh, I can't do it that way. What I'd like to do is put in like an office area here. Then this could be like the kitchen dining. This would be the office, and then your entry will be over here somewhere. One bathroom. I think this will make a little bit more sense. We do have a laundry room here in the middle of the house, which is ideal. Master bedroom. I think what I'm going to do for that, everything else has weird angles and shapes on the side of the house, so let's continue with that, and let's put this door here. So that way we've got a door on each of the angles. I know that's weird. The bathroom is a weird shape, but I kind of like it. I like weird shapes. So this will give the bedroom plenty of room, plenty of space. I would like to make it just a little bit smaller though, but I'm not sure how to accomplish that. I mean, the living room is kind of big, but that leaves this bedroom kind of small. So I was thinking maybe bringing this in one, bringing them all in by one, but if I do that, this is going to make this smaller, which means this needs to go over. I don't know if I want to do that. I think we'll work with it in a larger capacity. I mean, I'd like this not to be so big. It's a very symmetrical type house in a way. You know, you've got the same outer exterior, the same exterior shape. So I want to stick with that. And I believe this would work okay. I mean, I can always make the office a little bit bigger if I need to. So that's not an issue. The kitchen is going to go right about here, and I'll leave the back door where it is. I like the back door where it is. I think that works out okay. So let me just play around a little bit more and see what I can come up with. So this is what I have so far. I know there's a lot of lights here, but the angles make it darker when it shouldn't be. So what I decided to do, like I said, this part of the house is kind of the same as the original picture. I have, the master bedroom here, the living room here, the laundry room, bathroom, and another bedroom. As if you can't see that, but I just wanted to show you that this side of the house is kind of the same. I did change around the office here because I still had a lot of empty space. Because of the angles, I couldn't get this in properly like this one. It's not up against the walls. So there is a lot of dead space essentially. And I could bring this back, and I thought about doing that, but I'm not sure. I don't like that corner in there. So instead of spending money on the wall, I just left it that way. And it's a nice little nook for, reading or whatever, cross stitching, whatever you want to do. Laundry room is the same. I'm going to put like a bifold door there or something. The bathroom, I did open this section up here and added a shower and then put in the partition from the sleek bathroom kit. So it does fit. I did have to manually place this so that way there's plenty of room for your sim to walk in and take their shower. Same thing over here with this closet. Because of the angle, it's not like flush up against the wall, but it's okay because it's inside the wall. You're probably never going to see that. There's a lot of empty space in there, but whatever. Same thing with the laundry room. There's empty space, but it is what it is. You can't really do anything about that. So then I was playing around with the kitchen and I couldn't figure out how to do the kitchen. I don't mind the table being here. I think it's fine. It is a crazy weird house, but whatever. I did put an end cabinet here. That way the door will fit, and move the refrigerator over so that you're not greeted with the refrigerator as soon as you walk in the house from the backyard. And here, I think I'm going to take this away. I think what I'm going to do here is maybe like a coffee bar area or something like that. I might fiddle around a little bit more with the kitchen just because I don't really like how, well, there's really not a lot of counter space, and I don't like that. I like the open kitchen concept. I just don't like the sink being next to the refrigerator. It bothers me. I mean, I guess I could do that. That wouldn't be so bad. Oh, it kind of clips into there, but that's okay. That's okay. There's still plenty of room. And then I thought maybe I could put like a cabinet or something here. I don't know. I'll see how much space I have. Once I'm done fiddling with the kitchen, I might do some upper cabinets. I'm not completely sure. And then I have an entryway here now. I don't have the Grange mudroom kit just yet. And I thought, oh my God, it'd be so cool. You put a little mudroom in here. I can still make it a mudroom. I just don't have the mudroom kit to put in there. So I'm going to have to finagle something else out. But then you walk in here and you can either go into the dining kitchen or you can go into the living room. All the bedrooms are back here. So if you need to go to the bathroom, you can still get there easily. And all these doors, like the door from the office, I was going to put it over here, but then I thought, well, shoot, if you have to go to the bathroom, you have to leave your office, go all the way around the house, no matter which way you go. So if the door is here, you can just go straight into the bathroom and you're set. That was my mindset. And then I thought here on either side of the fireplace, I was thinking like a built-in of some kind. So we'll see what happens there. This technically is the front door. I need to turn the house around. So we just go up here, move lot, click the correct arrow, and we're gonna put this right about there. That is a weird shaped house, isn't it? Looks even weirder from down here. Can't wait to see what I do with the roof. I don't want to do the roof. This is gonna be horrible. All right, let me do a speed build through this so that you don't have to suffer too much. Okay, so I've changed my mind a little bit on how I want to lay this out on the lot. And I think I want to keep it this way, right about there, because, well, one, this is more visually appealing as a front of the house versus this. And I could just have like a side porch area coming in this way. But the other thing is, this is the back door. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this house over to the right just a little bit more so that we can have a bit of a porch on the left, which is going to be your entry porch. So I'm going to raise this. There are so many little arrows. I don't know if I'm going to stick with the high walls though. Oh, I think I like it better with the short walls. That looks a little bit better. Okay, let me add a patio porch and all that. Okay, so something like this is kind of what I'm thinking. And then just to kind of give you an idea of what is in my head, yeah, that's the front door. So we can go something like this. And then we'll have like a backyard fence. I like filling up my backyard. So if I have a big yard, I want there to be a big yard. So something to this effect. Now, I know the fence changes height here, but that's just how it's going to have to be because this is on a foundation and I don't want to take it off of the foundation. I like it on the foundation. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program to remind you to hit that like button, leave your comments, questions, and suggestions down below, hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget that notification bell. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. So basically kind of a wraparound porch thought process. Think old country homes. The back, I thought about putting a cover, but I kind of like it open. I mean, I kind of don't. But I think if I put in some kind of roof, it's going to really mess me. Well, let me try. Nope, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't figure it out. This is messing me up. If this angled roof piece thingy wasn't there, probably wouldn't be so hard. Now, the other thing that I could do is I could come out with the fence, like up here, do something like this. There, I think that's better. I like that. I think what I'm gonna do, as much as I don't want to, is put another pillar there. I mean, I'll figure out the fence. I'm not gonna keep that fence, but I don't know if I want that pillar there. I like it without the pillar. Yeah, I like it without. Do spandrel there, there, there. I think that's it. These windows are gonna have to go over. These aren't gonna be the windows, but you get an idea of what I'm looking at here as far as laying out the house and what I'm kind of trying to go for. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll find out. We'll find out together. Yes, sirree, Bob, we will. All right, so don't go anywhere. I'll be back with a finished product. So make sure you don't go anywhere. Just blink. It's all done, and I love it. It came out better than I expected. I did have to play around a little with the landscaping because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do everywhere. I kind of like to do this under the trees. I think it makes it look natural. I knew I wanted to put these here in these little nooks, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to put here in the corner. So I ended up with some bushes and I think it looks nice. There's your little pathway. We've got terrain paint. So if you do download this one, you might have to redo the terrain paint. It's a glitch that apparently Sims has had for a very long time. We are going to go onto the porch and go from there. So you come up on the porch, you've got your front door, the mailbox is right there. You've got a couple of benches to sit on and just kind of watch people walk by. There's some stores and stuff across the street. So, you got a lot going on here on that street there. If you keep going straight, you've got the wind chimes, and we also have a bar with a nice seating area and a grill over there, place to set your stuff down. All good. I did forget the trash can, so I added it. No worries. It's there. We've got a drink tray there, hot tub. I couldn't get it all the way back because it kept jumping up on top of the platform and I didn't want to put this on a platform. So got a pool with a beach ball that they can throw around, have some fun, got some beach towels and a lounge area for the adults or whoever. Slip and slide, little meditation place, a lot of other activity and skill items to do in the backyard, again with the same landscaping everywhere. And there is another bonsai tree on the other side of the stairs, it's just not showing up. And over here, I'm kind of really proud of this one. It's a basketball court, and I do have it closed off from everywhere else, so unless you know the family, you're not playing basketball. We've got a little area back here with some more landscaping, places to sit and read a book or whatever while you're watching whoever play basketball. And I did include some lights out here as well so that you can see what you're doing while you're playing basketball. I know it's Sims and it really doesn't matter, but it matters to me. So now let's go inside. This is the entryway, the mudroom, I guess. You can replace the benches and stuff with the Grange mudroom items if you wish. It's very simple. There's not a lot going on in here. Being that it's such a big home, lots of stuff going on, I didn't want to add too much clutter because it might cause problems. So right there, the entryway. If we go to the left, we have the little, I guess, coffee bar area. And of course, my fork and spoon. Yay! I am saying this is a modern family. They like modern style, but they've incorporated other things like this here. These are grandma's kitchen containers that they wanted to make sure that they displayed properly because they loved grandma. Here is the kitchen. Wonderful. This it's not deluxe kitchen, but it's one of those. I didn't want to have cabinets all over the walls because there's lots of windows, so we do have some clutter items. Love the sheer curtains in the kitchen. It just brings out just a little pop of color that is required, needed, but it all is matching. There's all kinds of clutter. We've got a full cabinet here. Call it a pantry cabinet, and then there is the back door. From the front door, you see the kitchen on the left, and on the right is the living area, which is quite spacious. I do have the built-in cabinets. I did have to kind of alt place them a little bit, but I love this fireplace for a modern build. It just works so well. And these are square tables from Dream Home Decorator, and I just put two of them together to make a long table. Got some more plants, the sheer curtains, and a sofa table. So yay. Hallways and the walls are pretty barren. I know. I didn't know what else to put. There was just so much stuff. I didn't want to do more. We're going to pretend that these slatted doors, that you can close the slats, is what we're going to do. But in here, we have the laundry room with laundry detergent, shelving for storage, the broom, all of that. Same tiles as in the kitchen, of course. If we go to this room here, this is the master bedroom, which is very luxe indeed. The bed is from Vampires, and I believe the other furniture is from Get Famous. But we've got plants everywhere all over this house. I didn't know how to fill up this house. There was just so much space. But they do have a treadmill in their bedroom, which is a common thing, at least in the US. A little reading nook back here in the corner with some wall stuff. Love the curtains, and another walk-in closet over there. So it's a his and hers. I would say since this one is the smaller one, that one's probably the his, and that big one is probably the hers closet, but you can make it whatever you want to make it. In this room here is the girls' bedroom. There's two of them. They are about the same age, maybe a couple years apart, but they have a shared desk with laptop and all of their goodies, and these really cool kind of macrame style curtains, which I love, and it just works so well. This is a really bright and colorful room, or a very cheery kind of room, and the girls are very much into being little girls or young girls, as you can see by their table, by their vanity. They've got all kinds of stuff. And I did remove the lamp because it wasn't supposed to be there. I placed it there so that I was able to place the nail polish. Now on this door here on the left, there is a mirror. I'll show you in a minute. It's a full-length mirror. Basically all you do, I've done videos on it before, but basically all you do is you remove the wall behind where the mirror is going to essentially go, and the wall behind where the closet is. And then with using the Alt key, you'll just kind of like place it in there so it just barely goes past the little slats on the door. And then you put the doors back. I'll show you that once we're done, when we do the full view. But this here is just their little junk corner. They've got their school books and their little memory boxes, shoes, and other things. Bands that they both like, which is great. That's always helpful when they both like the same music. So that's their bedroom. If we walk out of their bedroom, we're going to walk over here into the little hallway here. This tiny little hallway. Just a little table with some stuff. No biggie. And this is the bathroom. Love the bathroom, by the way. Absolutely love the bathroom. I did do this little trick here where you place the shelf on the tub and have some candles on top just to give it a little extra something or other. A slightly cluttered bathroom sink with the plant and other things. And then in here you have your shower. So yay! And then this door over here, which if you keep going around, it's going to lead you right back into the kitchen. This here is the office, which is a little darker than the rest of the house, but keep in mind, this is a modern style family. They like modern style things. We do have a few activity and skill items in here. Not a lot, but a few. And then his desk, of course, with all the paperwork and everything for work, because I don't know, I guess maybe somebody works from home. He or she, I'm not sure. One of them does. But I did have to add little tiny saucer lights throughout the house because I didn't want to put like giant chandeliers everywhere. I didn't want to have sconces everywhere. And yeah, as you can see, this wall is a little bit barren and empty, but it's okay. And then you walk through this back door and you're out back. And I do have the greenery on top. I think it looks really cool. So if we take a look, you'll see there's the greenery in full regard. And if we look top down, let's see if I can show you that closet. Yeah, see, there is the mirror on the closet right here. So the mirror works perfectly, just like every other mirror. So that's wonderful. And the bonsai tree is on the other side of the stairs outside, as I mentioned. And I do have plenty of lighting outside. You don't need a lot, but there's enough. So there's pool lighting, there's basketball lighting, and on the doors, there's also lighting as well. And I think that's a really cool view from the street. You can see all the way down the porch, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And I hope you guys like it too. This was so much fun to do. I really had such a good time. It took me a minute, but I was also, watching YouTube videos while I'm putting it together as well. So yeah, you kind of have to, take it as it goes, take it as it comes. I, took several breaks. I ate dinner, I did all that because, you have to. You have to take breaks from doing something you enjoy. Otherwise, you're not going to enjoy it after a certain amount of time. So in any case, I hope you guys like this. I really had fun. If you want to give this Pinterest build a try, you are welcome to do so, of course. Just pause the video at the beginning and you'll see the picture on there. Let me know which one is your favorite room and why, and which one is your least favorite room and why. It'll help me get better in my building and help me provide better videos for you. If you do decide to download it, you can find it on the gallery under Momma-One, Pinterest, and Spacious Home Modern Fam, because that is the title. So hopefully that'll help you find it a little easier. If you do download this one and kind of play around with it a little in gameplay, let me know what you feel about it. Let me know if it worked out for you. And if you redo the interior, great. Let me know where I can find it on the gallery, either on Twitter, Blue Sky, X, or down in the comments below. In any case, make sure you hit like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, y'all, have fun.